Did you know our brains could rust? Just like metal left out in the rain or a muscle unused. If neglected, it erodes. And that's exactly what's happening to our brains right now. And we are actually proliferating our own brain rust. Let me give you some fun little examples. Next time you hop in your car and you use GPS to get you to your destination, you plug in your address, it says turn right, you turn right. It says turn left, you turn left. When you arrive at your destination, put your car in park and see if you can retrace your steps there. You can't, and it's unlikely because you have outsourced your focus and your recollection to your device. All right, here's another one. Next time you use the restroom and you take your phone with you, gross, I know, but it happens to be the #1 location we actually take our phones. So you properly sit and you decide, I'm just gonna mindlessly scroll for a minute. And before you know it, your bum kind of hurts. Oh my, it's been 32 minutes. That's 1,920 seconds where your brain went numb, in addition to other body parts. Or those fun safety features on your car. The front camera, the back camera, it even buzzes when you get too close to an object. We'll get into a rental car without those safety features. Have you tried parallel parking? Could you even change lanes without a little bit of panic? It's unlikely. Now, these are small, simple examples of what's occurring in your daily life. But imagine the big ones that are going unnoticed. It's slow, it's sneaky. Because unfortunately, we as a civilization, as a population, have now prioritized quickness over quality, ease over experience, speed over substance. Now, artificial intelligence is learning 1% every day based off the World Wide Web. My question to you right now is, are you growing 1% a day? It's unlikely. And it doesn't matter where you are in the journey, the fact of the matter is, and what I'm here to share with you today, is to bring some awareness and some consciousness that our brains are rusting. And that you have to really consider the value you're going to bring in the future workforce that artificial intelligence is redefining in real time. Because it's not a matter of if it's going to impact you, it's actually a matter of when. My name is Rashidi, and 14 years ago, I helped launch the world's first artificial intelligence product that the workforce had ever seen. And it was 2011 when Watson, the machine, beat Ken Jennings, the man, in a televised version of Jeopardy. The world was in awe. Machine beat man for the first time. And that was when we were ready to take Watson to market. And I was there. And over the course of 14 years, I've held several C-suite positions and executive positions for Fortune 100s, building and developing these capabilities, leveraging data, advanced analytics, robotics, and artificial intelligence. And I am so grateful for my career. I'm an author, I have patents, but the best part of it is I had a front row seat of watching the evolution of artificial intelligence. It's brilliant, it's magnificent, but it's also coming to us so fast and we don't even know it. It's also coming to us at a cost, and we're not even aware of it. And worst, we're actually not even prepared for it. Now, you may hear stories of how artificial intelligence could summarize notes. And yeah, that's true. But it can actually create graphic images that would take graphic designers weeks to generate in minutes. It can actually generate content in seconds that would take influencers days. It could provide you insights in hours that used to take the best data scientists months. That's how fast it's going. And it doesn't matter if AI is a part of your life, like myself, or if you're just tinkering and dabbling with a few tools like ChatGPT, or if you are avoiding it because you don't get it, you don't understand it, and you want nothing to do with it. I get that too. But the fact of the matter remains, our preservation depends on our ability to think critically, think deeply, and problem solve. And if you're still not convinced, the World Economic Forum said that by the end of 2025, 80 million jobs will be displaced. Folks, that is 7 months away. Goldman Sachs estimates by the end of 2030, 300 million jobs will be impacted. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 4.5 years away. And unless you plan on retiring in the next 4 years, your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, you will be impacted. Now, apologies, it's not all doomsday. There is good news in all this, I promise. And the good news is, while AI is redefining the workforce, well, with redefinition comes reinvention, and with reinvention comes opportunity. And we actually have the opportunity to capitalize on that as individuals, as a society, and as a community at large. And you may feel like you can't do anything about it, but you actually can. And what you can start doing is prioritizing mastery over meaningless motion, prioritizing curiosity over convenience. And I'm going to give you 2 examples that are really, really important. In 2023, the entertainment industry was at a crossroads with AI. The Writers Guild of America and the Screen Actors Guild, they actually protested, and they went on protest for quite a bit of time. In addition to that, they went as so far as to file lawsuits against 2 major AI companies because those AI companies had trained their AI models based on their intellectual property, their work, and without getting authorization. Well, we all know amazing shows like Ted Lasso. The storyline, the characters, the plot twist, the engagement, our attachment can never be generated by algorithmic outputs, but by human inputs and expressions. So they went as far to put in guardrails to protect their thinking, the very thing they need for their longevity in the workforce. In reverse, in contrast, let me share with you an example that happened to me a few weeks ago. I was in an Uber going to the airport like I normally usually do, and we were on the highway, and the app got a little bit glitchy. And the Uber driver started simply tapping, hoping it would unglitch, I think. But what was simple tapping turned into like frantic slamming. And I was like, okay, I'm fearing my safety here. And in my head, I was like, there's probably a dozen ways we could solve this problem. Well, I could enter the address into Google Maps, get that, or I could look up, because there were signs in the highway of this way to the airport. So I said, sir, don't worry, I know how to get to the airport. Not because I'd memorized it, I literally just looked up and read the signs. And I got us there. And I share with you these 2 examples, and they may seem drastic and in contrast, but that's actually what's happening right now. We have a massive bifurcation in the way we are approaching thinking. And that is just the reality of it. And so what I want to do today is share with you 4 simple ways to start your journey to be more conscientious about your daily choices so that 1, yes, you avoid brain rust, but 2, you find relevancy and you can provide value in the future workforce that's being redefined with artificial intelligence. First, know when to use AI and when not to use AI. If you are a master of your craft, if you are a subject matter expert, absolutely use artificial intelligence to amplify, expedite, facilitate the work that you're doing. It is a supercharger. But if you are learning a craft, if you are learning a discipline, do not use artificial intelligence to do the work for you. It is not meant to bypass the learning process or short-circuit the learning process. If you happen to be a student in college and you use ChatGPT to write your essay for you, you are robbing yourself of the ability to learn how to storytell, how to influence, how to write narration and flow, and the process of revisions. If you're a software developer, computer scientist, and you use artificial intelligence to write your code for you, well, if you're not good at code, how can you spot bad code? You can't. So, know when to use AI and know when not to. All right, second, can we please make common sense common again? Yeah. Here's a fun little story. The infamous Stephen Schultz, a lawyer who used ChatGPT to do some research on court cases to prove his point when he was going to go into court the next day. And when he showed up in court, he cited 2 cases to defend his client. The judge called him out. He practiced good discernment and judgment, said those 2 cases don't exist. And he was right. Because Stephen Schultz, the lawyer, by the way, whose job is forensics, did not verify or validate, and he cited 2 hallucinations of AI in court to defend his lawyer. Could you imagine if he was your lawyer? What if we all did this? Or my favorite, a woman had typed into one of the AI models, "How do I avoid cheese from sliding off my pizza?" AI responded, "Add Elmer's glue to mozzarella." And it sounds so simple. And of course, we know, because we've actually grown up in an age where we've had to apply critical thinking. But I have 2 beautiful, brilliant children, 7 and 9. They are growing up digitally native. Would they actually know? Again, a silly little example. But if a lawyer can do it, imagine what's going to happen to the rest of the generations. So let's make common sense, good judgment, common again. The third, let's have happy hours and stop having appy hours. Put your phones away. And I know it sounds simple in nature. It's not. It took me 4 months to break the habit of reaching for my phone to see if I got a text, a WhatsApp, a work email, a personal email. I was even phantom reaching sometimes. My hand wasn't even going there, but I was thinking of going there. And I only ask you this, not so that you're present and so you're full of focus, but we are actually losing mental dexterity when it comes to our EQ and SQ, our emotional quotient and our social quotient. So the reason I'm asking you to practice this, because your emotional quotient is what allows you to sit in front of someone, and you ask a friend, you ask a colleague, "Are you okay?" Like, "Yeah, it's great." But something tells you they're not. And maybe you should follow up with them afterwards and ask them how they're really doing. It's that intuition. It's that thing in our gut that has been sanitized over years. You got to strengthen it back up again. Or our social quotient, our SQ. Your ability to actually listen without wanting to respond. Your ability to actually share an example and bring others along. These sound simple, but they're not. And we're losing that ability. And we're kind of getting rude at the same time. So start having happy hours and less appy hours. And last, I leave you with the fact that, well, I would suggest we consume less, create more, and engage in deeper thinking. Try lucid dreaming. Try journaling without an agenda. Go for a walk without your headphones. Try cooking without a recipe. Re-engage your ability to focus and flow. Because quite frankly, we are so busy staying busy, we actually don't give our brains the space and time to realign and reflect. And so what we need to do is allow our subconscious and our conscious to connect and interlock so we can process all the information that day, that week, that month, so that we can allow more aha moments, brilliant moments come to life. In summary, just know that it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, but we have a short window of time to course correct. Artificial intelligence was created for us to outsource our tasks, not to outsource our thinking. It was meant to fuel our learning, not short-circuit it. Use artificial intelligence to supercharge your ingenuity and your creativity. Make it empower you, not displace you. So, if there's one thing you can do today, when you do walk away, make an oath to yourself of next time you're in the bathroom or GPS, or you read something on the internet. Apply common sense. Know when AI is good for you and when it's not good for you. Re-engage with your peers and colleagues, kids and family. Don't stay busy for the sake of staying busy. Practice boredom. And ask yourself, am I engaging critically and deeply? Because your future depends on your value that you're able to bring in the future of this new workforce that's being redefined by artificial intelligence and automation. And it's coming fast, and it's coming furious. Thank you.